These gravesites mark the final resting places of iconic 2000s legends whose contributions to music, film, television, and culture defined a generation before their final curtain call. Michael Jackson was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale after he died from cardiac arrest in June 2009 at age 50 in his Los Angeles home from propofol overdose. The King of Pop died from the anesthetic administered by Dr. Conrad Murray and was laid to rest after a massive memorial service at the Staples Center, watched by millions worldwide. Whitney Houston was buried at Fairview Cemetery in New Jersey after she died from drowning in February 2012 at age 48 in a Beverly Hills hotel bathtub from cocaine and heart disease. The legendary singer drowned in the tub and was laid to rest after her funeral service the day before the Grammys, with Bobby Brown and daughter Bobby Christina mourning. Amy Winehouse was cremated after she died from alcohol poisoning in July 2011 at age 27 in her London home from binge drinking after a period of abstinence. The Back to Black singer died from alcohol toxicity and had her ashes scattered after her memorial service joining the 27 Club. Heath Ledger was cremated after he died from an accidental drug overdose in January 2008 at age 28 in his New York apartment from prescription medications. The Dark Knight Joker actor died from acute intoxication and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service in Australia, with his daughter Matilda left behind. Brittany Murphy was buried at Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills after she died from pneumonia and anemia in December 2009 at age 32. In her Los Angeles home from cardiac arrest. The clueless actress died in the bathroom and was laid to rest after her funeral service with her husband, Simon Monjack, dying 5 months later from the same causes. Simon Monjack was buried at Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills after he died from pneumonia and anemia in May 2010 at age 40 in the same Los Angeles home from cardiac arrest. Brittany Murphy's husband died 5 months after her and was laid to rest after his funeral service, with conspiracy theories swirling about toxic mold in the house. James Gandolfini was buried at Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York after he died from a heart attack in June 2013 at age 51 while on vacation in Rome, Italy. The Sopranos. Tony Soprano actor died in his hotel room and was laid to rest after his funeral service attended by the cast and HBO executives mourning the loss. Philip Seymour Hoffman was buried at Fairview Cemetery in New York after he died from a heroin overdose in February 2014 at age 46 in his Manhattan apartment from acute mixed drug intoxication. The Capote Oscar winner died with a needle in his arm and was laid to rest after his funeral service, mourning his relapse after 23 years of sobriety. Robin Williams was cremated after he died by suicide in August 2014 at age 63 in his California home by hanging from depression and Lewy body dementia. The Mrs. Doubtfire comedian killed himself and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service, with the world mourning the loss of one of the greatest comedians. Mac Miller was cremated after he died from an accidental drug overdose in September 2018 at age 26 in his Los Angeles home from fentanyl, cocaine, and alcohol. The rapper died from the overdose and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service, with Ariana Grande and the hip-hop community devastated. Lil Peep was cremated after he died from an accidental drug overdose in November 2017 at age 21 on his tour bus in Arizona from fentanyl and Xanax. The emo rapper died before a show and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service as one of the first major emo rap casualties. Juice WRLD was buried at Homewood Memorial Gardens in Illinois after he died from an accidental drug overdose in December 2019 at age 21 at Chicago Midway Airport from oxycodone and codeine. The rapper swallowed pills to hide them from police and was laid to rest after his funeral service, with Legends Never Die released posthumously. XXXTentacion was buried at Gardens of Boca Raton Memorial Park in Florida after he was murdered by gunshot in June 2018 at age 20 in a robbery outside a motorcycle dealership. The controversial rapper was shot and killed and was laid to rest after his open casket funeral service, with thousands of fans attending. Nipsey Hussle was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills after he was murdered by gunshot in March 2019 at age 33 outside his Los Angeles clothing store, The Marathon. The rapper was shot by Eric Holder and was laid to rest after a massive memorial service at the Staples Center with 21,000 attendees. Pop Smoke was buried at Greenwood Cemetery in Brooklyn after he was murdered by gunshot in February 2020 at age 20 in a Hollywood Hills home invasion robbery. The Brooklyn drill rapper was shot and killed and was laid to rest after his funeral service with his debut album released posthumously. Prodigy was cremated after he died from accidental choking in June 2017 at age 42 in a Las Vegas hospital while being treated for sickle cell anemia when he choked on an egg. The Mobb Deep rapper died from choking and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with Havoc mourning his partner. Pimp C was buried at Hollywood Cemetery in Houston after he died from an accidental overdose in December 2007 at age 33 in a Los Angeles hotel from codeine and sleep apnea. The UGK rapper died in his sleep and was laid to rest after his funeral service with purple and candy paint culture mourning. Nate Dogg was cremated after he died from complications of multiple strokes in March 2011 at age 41 in California after years of health problems. The Hookmaster rapper had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with Warren G and Snoop Dogg, mourning their G-Funk partner. Heavy D was cremated after he died from a pulmonary embolism in November 2011 at age 44 in California after returning from a shopping trip and collapsing. The overweight Lover rapper died from the blood clot and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service celebrating his positive rap influence. Steve Irwin was cremated after he died from a stingray barb to the chest in September 2006 at age 44 while filming in Australia's Great Barrier Reef. The crocodile hunter died from the injury and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service at Australia Zoo, with millions mourning the wildlife warrior. Steve McNair was buried at Griffith Cemetery in Mississippi after he was murdered by gunshot in July 2009 at age 36. In Nashville, shot by his mistress Sahel Kazemi, who then killed herself. The NFL quarterback died in a murder-suicide and was laid to rest after his funeral service with his football career celebrated. Sean Taylor was buried at Dade Memorial Park in Florida after he was murdered by gunshot in November 2007 at age 24 in his Miami home during a home invasion robbery. The Washington Redskins safety was shot in his bedroom and was laid to rest after his funeral service with the NFL mourning a rising star. Pat Tillman was cremated after he was killed by friendly fire in April 2004 at age 27 in Afghanistan during a U.S. military operation after leaving the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals safety turned Army Ranger had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with the cover-up scandal causing outrage. Junior Seau was cremated after he died by suicide by gunshot in May 2012 at age 43 in his California home, shooting himself in the chest from CTE depression. The NFL Hall of Fame linebacker killed himself and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with his brain studied for CTE. Eddie Guerrero was cremated after he died from heart failure in November 2005 at age 38 in a Minneapolis hotel from atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease from years of drug abuse. Nate, the WWE wrestler, had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with Viva La Raza celebrated and his nephew Chavo devastated. Randy Savage was cremated after he died from a heart attack in May 2011 at age 58 in Florida when he suffered the heart attack while driving and crashed his car. The Macho Man wrestler had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with Ooh Yeah and Slim Jim remembered. Avicii was cremated after he died by suicide in April 2018 at age 28 in Oman from self-inflicted injuries with a broken wine bottle. May, the DJ producer, killed himself and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with Levels and Wake Me Up remembered. David Bowie was cremated after he died from liver cancer in January 2016 at age 69 in New York, just 2 days after releasing Black Star, his final album. The legendary Chameleon had his ashes scattered after his memorial service in a secret ceremony, with the world mourning the Starman. Prince was cremated after he died from an accidental fentanyl overdose in April 2016 at age 57 at Paisley Park in Minnesota, found in an elevator. The purple one died from the overdose and had his ashes placed in an urn at Paisley Park with purple rain doves crying. George Michael was cremated after he died from heart and liver disease in December 2016 at age 53 in his England home on Christmas Day. The Wham singer had his ashes scattered after his memorial service, with Last Christmas playing as millions mourned. Tom Petty was cremated after he died from an accidental drug overdose in October 2017 at age 66 in California from fentanyl oxycodone and other medications. The Heartbreakers frontman died from cardiac arrest and had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with Free Fallin' playing. Leonard Cohen was cremated after he died in his sleep in November 2016 at age 82 in California from leukemia after years of health decline. The Hallelujah legend had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with poetry and music mourning a master. Aretha Franklin was buried at Woodlawn Cemetery in Detroit after she died from pancreatic cancer in August 2018 at age 76 after battling the disease for years. The Queen of Soul was laid to rest after a massive funeral service lasting 8 hours, with legends performing Respect Chain of Fools. B.B. King was buried at B.B. King Museum in Mississippi after he died in his sleep in May 2015 at age 89 in Las Vegas from diabetes complications. The blues guitar king was laid to rest after his funeral service with Lucille, his guitar, and The Thrill Is Gone mourned. James Brown was buried at Beach Island, South Carolina, after he died from heart failure in December 2006 at age 73 from congestive heart failure and pneumonia. The Godfather of Soul was laid to rest after his funeral service with I Feel Good, Please, Please, Please Funk Legacy. Johnny Cash was buried at Hendersonville Memory Gardens in Tennessee after he died from diabetes complications in September 2003 at age 71, just 4 months after June Carter Cash. The Man in Black was laid to rest after his funeral service with I Walk the Line, Folsom Prison Hurt video. June Carter Cash was buried at Hendersonville Memory Gardens in Tennessee after she died from heart surgery complications in May 2003 at age 73, with Johnny dying 4 months later. The singer was laid to rest after her funeral service with Ring of Fire Jackson Famous Family. Patrick Swayze was cremated after he died from pancreatic cancer in September 2009 at age 57 in California after a 20-month battle with the disease. The Dirty Dancing star had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner Ghost remembered. Elizabeth Taylor was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale after she died from congestive heart failure in March 2011 at age 79 in California. The Cleopatra legend was laid to rest after her funeral service arriving 15 minutes late, per her request with Violet Eye's 8 marriages. Peter Falk was buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park after he died from pneumonia and Alzheimer's in June 2011 at age 83 in California. The Columbo detective was laid to rest after his funeral service with just one more thing Glass Eye remembered. Betty White was cremated after she died in her sleep in December 2021 at age 99 in California, just weeks before her 100th birthday. Night the Golden Girls. Rose lived longest and had her ashes scattered after her memorial service with Sue Ann Nivens Hod in Cleveland. Rue McClanahan was cremated after she died from a stroke in June 2010 at age 76 in New York after having a brain hemorrhage. The Golden Girls Blanche was scattered after her memorial service with Thank You for Being a Friend. Estelle Getty was cremated after she died from dementia in July 2008 at age 84 in California after years of Lewy body dementia. The Golden Girls. Sophia Mother had her ashes scattered after her memorial service with Picture It Sicily. Gary Coleman was cremated after he died from a brain hemorrhage in May 2010 at age 42 in Utah after falling and hitting his head. The Different Strokes. Arnold was cremated after his funeral service with What You Talkin', about Willis' troubled child star. Fred Rogers was buried at Unity Cemetery in Pennsylvania after he died from stomach cancer in February 2003 at age 74 after battling the disease privately. The Mr. Rogers neighborhood icon was laid to rest after his funeral service with "Won't You Be My Neighbor? Sweater's Kindness." Etta James was buried at Inglewood Park Cemetery in California after she died from leukemia in January 2012 at age 73 after battling the disease and dementia. The at-last singer was laid to rest after her funeral service with blues and R&B, mourning a legend. Donna Summer was buried at Harpeth Hills Memory Gardens in Tennessee after she died from lung cancer in May 2012 at age 63 after keeping her illness private. The Disco Queen was laid to rest after her funeral service with "I Feel Love" and "Hot Stuff" remembered. Luther Vandross was cremated after he died from a heart attack in July 2005 at age 54 in New Jersey from complications of diabetes and hypertension. The Never Too Much singer had his ashes scattered after his memorial service, having suffered a stroke 2 years earlier. Isaac Hayes was buried at Elmwood Cemetery in Memphis after he died from a stroke in August 2008 at age 65 at his home collapsing near a treadmill. The Shaft composer and chef from South Park was laid to rest after his funeral service with Scientology and soul music career celebrated. Gerald Levert was buried at Highland Park Cemetery in Ohio after he died from an accidental overdose in November 2006 at age 40 in his Cleveland home from prescription medications. The R&B singer died in his sleep and was laid to rest after his funeral service with his father, Eddie Levert of the O'Jays, mourning. Ray Charles was buried at Inglewood Park Cemetery after he died from liver disease in June 2004 at age 73 in California from hepatitis C complications. The Georgia on My Mind legend was laid to rest after his funeral service with his blindness overcome by genius. Warren Zevon was cremated after he died from lung cancer in September 2003 at age 56 in California after publicly battling the disease on Letterman. The Werewolves of London singer had his ashes scattered after his memorial service with his final album, The Wind, released posthumously. Rick James was buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Buffalo after he died from heart failure in August 2004 at age 56 in California from drug use and health problems. The Super Freak singer was laid to rest after his funeral service with Cocaine is a Hell of a Drug remembered. Billy Preston was buried at Inglewood Park Cemetery in California after he died from kidney failure in June 2006 at age 59 after years of health problems. The fifth Beatle keyboardist was laid to rest after his funeral service with "Nothing from Nothing Will It Go Round in Circles." Sherman Hemsley was buried at Fort Bliss National Cemetery in Texas after he died from lung cancer in July 2012 at age 74 in Texas with a burial dispute. The Jeffersons' George was laid to rest after his funeral service with "Movin' On Up" theme song. Isabel Sanford was cremated after she died from natural causes in July 2004 at age 86 in California, peacefully. The Jeffersons' Louise Weezy had her ashes scattered after her memorial service with first black actress Emmy Wynn.